This week we're at London Metropolitan Uni, where we're investigating the benefits and the costs of going to university and the other choices available.
With the rising fees, is having a degree still relevant?
In 2016, 87.3% of graduates were employed, compared to 70.4% of non-graduates, and graduates earned, on average, £9,500 more than non-graduates.
So, having a degree is an advantage, but are we being priced out of the market? We interviewed some London Met students on their views.
Can you tell us the general breakdown of your student loan?
Well, obviously £9,000 a year for tuition fees, and then I get maintenance loan, so I get about £1,500 every semester.
Do you have to work as well as having to pay your student loan?
Yes, I work almost full-time as well as studying full-time, so it is a lot of work.
How do you feel about paying university fees?
Not particularly happy. I'd prefer if university or education was free in general.
Do you feel uni is too expensive?
The current state that it's in, I do, because I don't think it should be £9,000 a year to learn. I don't think it should be free either, because it still costs money to have people teach people.
I think we shouldn't be paying £9,000. I think it should go back to the £3,000. I'm only thinking that because £9,000 is too much, or even now £9,250, which just keeps increasing. And I think it's putting a lot of people off university when they can be very successful potentially by going to uni.
Do you think it is worth it to go to uni despite the cost?
It depends if you're going for a reason that you really want to go for. If you know exactly what you want to do, for example, I know that I want to be in media, so I'll definitely want to go to uni to get the experience that I have now.
But going to university and graduating is a way of kind of saying like you've achieved something really big, and especially at graduation with the families and friends, that is a way to celebrate and to see that I've actually got a certificate that's got a good value of worth to it.
But do we really need a degree? Next we'll meet two successful professionals, one who has a degree and one who doesn't.
I'd like to welcome Theresa and Danny to the studio. So, welcome guys.
Hi, thank you.
So can you both describe briefly what you do?
Yeah, my name's Danny. I'm the head of sport here at London Metropolitan University. I'm the head coach of 3 national cricket teams, and I also am a humanitarian through sport.
My name's Theresa, and I teach self-defence martial arts, and I work really all over England, and also do coping aggressive behaviour as well.
Okay. Can you tell us about how you got to where you are today?
Getting to this position I got today was through, actually when I was at school, I was quite good at sports, but at the same time I was bullied, so I needed to decide which direction I wanted to go. I became a secretary for 8 years, and from that, it was really boring. It wasn't really the direction I wanted, so I ended up doing athletics. From athletics I did dance, from dance I did martial arts, and that's how I became to the position I'm today.
A question for Danny. How much of an impact did university have on what you do today?
I think the thing that university gave me was a different way of doing it. I always learned how to coach and how to play in a particular way, and what university allowed me to do was to get a different set of eyes. I went to a completely different county, so it gave me that. I think the other thing that university life taught me was about responsibility, and actually I had to be accountable, and it was my decisions that would shape my world and my career one way or the other. So I think university helped me massively. I didn't think I learned content a huge amount, but I learned a lot about myself and about a different way of handling myself, which I think is one of the major reasons why I've managed to coach up so high.
A question for Theresa. How hard is it to succeed if you don't go to university?
I don't think it's hard. I think if you've got a passion and a dream, you can get to where you want to get to, and you can do what you want to do to. But to me, it's not about whether I went to university or not. The fact is that I realised that I was very much into martial arts and I wanted to teach. I decided that was my goal, and so I just went straight ahead and did it.
A question for Danny. Would you have gone to university if you hadn't got the scholarship?
I'm really grateful that I did, but I'm not sure if I had to pay the amount of money that others would, mainly because my family are not affluent, so I would have really struggled to not just the fees, but obviously relocating, travel up and down, I think I'd have really struggled.
For both of you, do you think that university should be free?
Yes and no. I think if it was free, how would you pay for good teachers and good trainers and good for equipments and the whole works? But at the same time, yes, it'd be great if it was free, because you get lots of people from different backgrounds actually going to university.
I don't think it should be free. The reason being is I think if a person wants to go down a career path, I think it's an investment in your future. Yeah. I think the amount is high at the moment, which is probably too high, but I think that if you want to go to university and you really want to go down a career, it's a really good way of separating people who really want to find their way through the academics and through the payment structure. So I personally think that fees should occur, but they shouldn't be as high.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so thank you for your time.
Thank you.
London Met University are running taster courses for young people who are thinking about applying to university.
It's a summer school. We just get like a taste of what uni is and the courses.
We get to try out different courses and we'll see if the course is for us or not.
My talk this morning was about student finance and all the options available to kind of students who might be thinking of going to university, support they can get, and also some sort of tips on how to survive as a student. A 3-year degree costs just over £9,000 a year. It does change depending on what degree you do, and if students choose to take out maintenance loans as well, then that could be another £5,000 to £10,000 a year on top of that. There's lots of extra support available no matter what your circumstances. There are bursaries which will happen automatically if you are from a lower income family. There are also extra amounts of money available to you if you, for example, have experience of being in care. You could get a care leavers bursary if you've been a young adult carer, if you have a disability, as well as all the kind of scholarships and things available to students based on academic background as well.
If you wouldn't mind, do you think that personally you'll be able to afford to go to university?
I think so, yeah. I think with the resources available for me, then yeah, definitely.
Like they don't really pressure you to pay it back straight away. So I feel like you shouldn't be like frightened by it.
I think personally I will be able to afford to go to university, although I don't think it is the right financial move for a young person. We could have a better system. I think that it should be free because it's too much pressure for a young person. Jeremy Corbyn has, in his manifesto, wanted to scrap tuition fees. Do you know about any latest developments?
Well, it's all up in the air, depending upon who is the next Parliament. There are some changes happening to tuition fees that we do know of, that as of next year, universities can pick their fees depending on how highly they rated in the TEF exercise, which is Teaching Excellence Framework. So some universities will be able to charge more than others. I do not know whether tuition fees will be scrapped now, but I'll be watching as interested as you guys are.
So what are the other options? Let's go to the TV studio to find out.
And now I would like to introduce 3 guests whose organisations employ apprentices. So welcome, Michael, Natalie and Darren.
Thank you.
So Michael, please could you briefly explain what your organisation offers?
Sure. Camden Council basically offers services to local residents in Camden and businesses in Camden, things like housing, even things like collecting the bins, all kinds of services that people need in the borough.
Okay. And Natalie?
I work for Wellcome Trust. We're an independent charitable foundation, and everything that we do is about improving global health.
Okay. And Darren?
I work for Great Ormond Street Hospital. We're a specialist children's hospital and we care for sick children.
Okay. And Natalie, what makes apprenticeships more beneficial than university?
So I would be keen to say that I wouldn't necessarily say that one is better than the other, but certainly I can outline where apprenticeships can offer something different that people should be aware of. So with apprenticeships, they are designed by employers to make sure that they allow those on apprenticeships to perform in the role in the best way. So that can be better sometimes than studying a degree at university because it is designed very much to perform in that role and it will be up to date. So if you were working in, say, web design, you're more likely to be able to completely put the work that you're doing, what you're studying in context, whereas your degree, you won't have as much practical experience. Okay. So for me, that would be the key difference, really.
And Darren, Please can you tell me, on average, what is the pay for apprentices?
Well, the minimum pay for apprentices is only £3.50 an hour, which is obviously quite low. So any employer that employs an apprentice must pay a minimum of £3.50 an hour. Organisations, including Great Ormond Street Hospital, pay a lot more than the minimum wage of £3.50 an hour. So we pay depending on the role that they go into. But a minimum starting salary as an apprentice is from around £15,000 a year. So it's a lot higher than the minimum wage, and it's an opportunity for somebody to obviously get on the ladder in an entry-level job with us.
Okay. And Michael, what is the employability prospects for people that do your apprenticeships?
They're very good, actually. So most of our apprentices go on into employment either in the council, or if they decide to move on to another employer with other organisations. I think from an employer's perspective, we really do value apprentices. We put a lot of time and a lot of resource and money into training them, so we do want to keep them on.
And Natalie, what specific positions do you offer for young people?
So when it comes to apprenticeships, they change all the time because it depends where the business need is. But typically we'll have them in our IT team, in our finance team, and we also have Wellcome Collection and Museum. So we have apprentices working on the operational side of that. And then as of January, we're looking to develop some web development opportunities and more in our IT team as well.
So Darren, what positions do you offer young people?
We offer quite a range of different apprenticeships. This year we'll have over 100 starts on apprenticeship programmes. At the moment, our most popular apprenticeship programme is business administration. We also offer other programmes for porters, housekeepers, finance, hospitality, catering. And this year we're going to start our healthcare assistant programme, which will see an opportunity for apprentices to work on the wards alongside our nursing care team and actually caring for the children within our hospital.
And Michael?
Similar to Great Ormond Street, our biggest area is business administration, which covers a whole range of different sort of office roles. We also take on apprentices into repairs team, so things like carpentry, welding, and plumbing, and all sorts of other roles across the council like finance and IT.
Okay, thank you for coming today, and that was really fascinating, and I wish you the best in the future.
And finally, uni or not, here I come. Enroll and have some fun. Or apprenticeship could be the one. I'm done.